CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Style Sheets. Okay, so CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. So the Cascading Style Sheets is a style sheet language. CSS is a style sheet language and used for describing look and feel of HTML documents. So using CSS you can change page background and text colors and font styles. Okay, using CSS you can change page background and text colors and font styles and many more. So external style external style sheets are stored in CSS files with the .css extension. External style sheets are stored in CSS files with the .css extension. Okay, .css extension. For example, if you want to create one example style sheet, you have to save the file with the .css file .css extension my styles .css file. Okay, so we have to save any CSS file with the .css extension. So here we have three types of styles available. So we can apply style sheets, styles for HTML form in three ways. Okay, first one is external style sheets. Style sheets, and second one is internal style sheets, and third one is inline styles. Okay, so these are the three ways to apply CSS to the HTML, any HTML form. Okay, to declare the styles in HTML form, we need to use style tag Okay, we need to use style tag. Okay, with the starting tag, and end with style tag. Okay, so in header section, in header section, okay, we have to use style tag to insert CSS styles in HTML document. So first of all, external style sheets. External style sheets. So external style sheets is ideal when the style is applied to many pages. External style sheets is ideal when the style sheet applied to many pages. Apply to many pages. Suppose you want to change page background. Suppose you want to change page background. Page background or font styles like this. Just modify in .css files. Just modify in .css extension file, CSS files. So it will reflect to the entire application. It will reflect to the entire application. Entire application. So with an external style sheet, you can change the look and feel of entire website. You can change look of entire web application. So entire application by changing in one file. Changing in one file. So each page must link to the style sheet. Link to the style sheet. Link to the style sheet using the link tag. Using the link tag. So okay. So we have to use link tag to call the style sheet.css file in HTML form. Okay. For syntax, use link tag and href attribute. In href attribute, we have to provide .css file path. Okay. .css file path, and after that type attribute text css and relation attribute. Relation attribute is style sheet. Okay, so in header section we need to use this link to call the CSS in HTML forms. Okay, so this is the external file. So here we can do an example on external style sheets. So today I'm using Visual Studio for implementing HTML forms and also .css files also. Just here I have created a CSS folder. Okay, so now I want to open this file folder in Visual Studio. Hello. 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 Open website. Then go to a folder and CSS. Okay, so the folder is open here in Solution Explorer. So just create one HTML form. Right click on this. Okay, add HTML page. Okay, external CSS example. Okay, so HTML form is created in this folder. Okay. Hello. And next. Hello. Okay, so one form is created, and so I want to display one paragraph, sample paragraph with the background color and the font color. Okay. Okay, with this content. So I have an HTML form. Okay, I have one HTML form with the one paragraph, and I want to apply background color and a text color for this paragraph. So by using external style sheets. So for external style sheets, we need to add one .css extension file. Okay, style sheet. Normally you can save the file notepad with the .css extension also. So but in Visual Studio there is a templates, style sheets, and HTML forms and JS files also. mystyles.css. Okay, CSS file .css file is created, and here you can see the mystyles.css file extension file. Okay, type is cascading style sheet document, and this is HTML document. So now I want to apply background color for paragraph. Just here I am using just element selector. In CSS we have three type of selectors is there. The first one is element selector, first one, and the second one is ID selector, and third one is class selector. Okay, so these are the three selectors available, and I will explain uh, these three concepts after compare the external style sheets and internal and inline styles. So first of all, we need to apply paragraph background color and text color by using external style sheets. So here I'm taking ID for paragraph P1. Okay, paragraph identification name. Okay, ID P1. So by using this ID, I want to apply CSS styles. For ID selector, we need to use hash symbol. Okay, hash symbol followed by element ID. Okay, for ID selector. So here I am using ID attribute for this paragraph. By using paragraph ID, I want to apply CSS styles. So for this, here I am using paragraph ID, so that we need to use hash symbol and followed by element ID. And next, background color. Okay, dark red. And the text color. Okay, only color is white. Okay, so but in real time, don't use color names white, red, okay, black, yellow, so like that. Just use color codes only. Color codes is RGB color codes, hash, and select your background color. Okay, and for white also color code triple F. Okay, so you want to know color codes. HTML color codes. Okay, here you can find the color codes. Okay, HCX, color names and color codes. Okay, so know about all these things. So but in real time, machine should you have to use color codes only. Don't use color names. Okay, so this is the link. So now I want to apply this CSS mystyles.css file for this HTML form. So now in header section we need to call that CSS extension file in HTML form in header section. For this we have to use link tag and href equal to mystyles.css. Okay, both are in same folder, so that's why directly given the file name and the type equal to text CSS and the relation attribute is style sheet. Okay, so now this style is applied to the paragraph. Okay, that in the .css file, find the paragraph with ID P1 and apply these styles to the paragraph. So run this example once. Okay, see here, paragraph with red color background and white color text. Okay, go to inspect element and you can see here mystyles.css file. Okay, in mystyles.css file, see here ash p1 background color and text color white. So this style, this class, the selector is in mystyles.css file. Okay, so this style is applied to the paragraph from this mystyles.css file. Okay, so this is the external file. So for example, I want to apply this same class, same styles to the one more paragraph also. Okay, paragraph, sample text in paragraph, just use same ID p1. Okay, now same styles is applied to the both two paragraphs. Okay, so if you want to change background color for both, you can change here. Okay, you can change here so that it will reflect to the both paragraphs, two paragraphs. Okay, so like this we can apply. And if you want to apply another HTML form, just create sample.html and paragraph. This is another paragraph of in second form. So take ID same p1 and call the html.css file in header section with the link tag. Okay, so if you want to apply for multiple files, just call this style sheet in header section of each HTML form. Okay, each page must link to the style sheet using link tag. So if you run this example also, uh, background color blue and text color white, and this one also same. Both forms are applying same CSS styles. Okay, if you want to apply multiple files, same styles, you need to link to the style sheet with the link tag. Okay, and the next, internal style sheets. Okay, here we are applying using ID selector. Okay, selecting elements with their ID. And second one is internal style sheets. An internal style sheet should be used within a single document. Internal style sheets sheet should be used when a single document has unique styles. When a single document has a unique styles. So internal style sheets needs to put the head section of the HTML page. Internal style sheet needs to put in the head section of HTML page. Head section of HTML form. Okay, so by using style tag, by using style tag. Okay, so here we have to use style tag to insert the internal style sheets. For external style sheets, we need to use link tag. So syntax for this: in header section, of HTML form, use style tag. Okay, style tag. And if you want to apply any CSS styles to the HTML form, directly you can write here like hash p1 and open bracket and close bracket here, flower brackets. So these flower brackets are used to apply multiple CSS properties to the single HTML element. And background color like red color, and text color. Okay, text color is white. Okay, so this is the CSS property, background color, and this is the value. Okay, we need to provide with the colon and end with the semicolon, and each and every property also same. So this is the syntax of internal style sheets. Create an HTML form, internal style sheet. Example. So here one div element is there in our HTML document, and with this content. Okay, so I want to apply background color and a text color. Okay, text color and border also for this div. Okay, so background color, text color, and border color for this paragraph, this div element. So here I want to use class selector. Okay, so in previous example we are using id selector. Based on id we are finding the element and applying CSS properties to the HTML element. But in this example we are using class selector. Okay, so take class attribute and div styles. Okay, so this is the class name. Okay, so create CSS class name the same as this class name. Okay, in header section use style tag, and for class selectors we need to use dot symbol and after that class name. Okay, so this is the class in CSS. Okay, class name. So class creation of CSS. Okay, so this is the based on id. Okay, element id we are applying CSS properties. and here we are applying CSS properties to the div element based on class. Okay, CSS class. So here we have to use class attribute and equal to class name. So this class name we need to declare same name within CSS. Background color, background color, brown color, or use color codes only. Okay, background color and text color. Triple F is white color and border for development. Border is 2 pixel width and solid border, and border color is ash. Okay, so this is the border color. Okay, so we are applying this class name to the development, okay, using class attribute. Okay, so internal style sheets needs to put in the header section of HTML form, and when you want to apply, okay, separate CSS styles to the single document. Okay, if you want to apply unique styles for each and every HTML form, we need to use internal style sheets. Okay, internal styles. So run this example once. Okay, so this is the div element with the background color and border. The border is red color. Okay, so div element and background color and border color, and we can apply height and width for div element. Height 200 pixels and width for div 200 pixels. Okay, so save this form and refresh this. Okay, here div height and width and background color text color is applied, and border. So if you want to, okay, if you need gap between this text and border, okay, you need gap between text and border, use padding 10 pixel. Okay, so this is the size of the gap. Okay, so here gap between content and border. So like this we can apply internal style sheets, internal styles. Okay, when you want to apply different CSS styles to the a single document, use internal style sheets. If you want to apply same styles to the all HTML forms, you can use external style sheets. And next one is internal inline styles. Okay, so here also, if you want to apply multiple divs directly, you can use like this. Okay, if you want to apply multiple elements, you can use like this. refresh this. Okay, so multiple div elements are displayed like this. Okay, if you want to display these three div elements side by side, use here float left. Okay, so all div elements are displayed in side by side. And third one is inline styles. Inline styles. So the inline styles are used to inline styles are used to used to used to apply small piece of inline styles are used to apply okay, so inline styles are used to apply uh, separate styles for each and every element. Okay, separate each and every HTML element. So for example syntax, so if you want to apply different say if you want to apply styles for the separate HTML forms, use style tag style attribute for HTML elements. Use style tag to apply CSS properties. CSS properties. So for example, I have one paragraph sample text. Okay, so I want to apply CSS properties to this paragraph. Okay, without external style sheets and internal style sheets. So I want to apply just text color for this paragraph. Just use style attribute within the paragraph and double colon or single colon and color and use color code. Here color code is 03394E. Okay, so this is the inline styles. So you can apply multiple CSS properties, background color. Okay, white. So like this you can apply inline CSS styles for this for any HTML element. For example, create one HTML form. inline styles example. One development. So with this content, okay, so using style attribute, we can apply CSS properties, the color code and colon, and next background color, background color white. Okay, so run this example. Same CSS styles are applied here also. Next is text color and background color white. So but just change this text color white and background color and refresh this form. Okay, so by using inline styles also we can apply CSS styles, but in real time must and should use external style sheets only. Okay, don't use inline styles and internal style sheets. Okay, so this is the professional way to implement any websites. Use external style sheets. So next concept is selectors in CSS. Selectors in CSS. So using selectors, selectors, you can find HTML element. You can find HTML element by using their ID, and the element name or class name. Okay, using selectors, you can find HTML element. Using selectors, you can apply their ID and name, class name to apply CSS properties. The selectors are used to find HTML element by using their ID, element name or class name to apply CSS properties. So first of all, element selector. So using element selector, using this selector selects elements, selects elements based on their element name, their element name. Syntax: syntax if you want to apply okay, CSS properties, background color and text color, or any padding, or okay, margin, any CSS property if you want to apply by using element selector, use element name only. Okay, so this is the element name. Okay, P is the element name, or div is the element name, div. Okay, so any element you can use only element name to apply CSS properties in header section, or in external style sheets, or internal styles. Style, use directly element name to apply CSS properties. Okay, use directly element name. If you want to apply for div, directly use div name. Background color. Okay, so like this we can apply CSS properties by using element selector. Okay, so element selectors are used to select elements based on their name, their element name. For example, create one HTML form, element selector, so here I have one div element, and with this content, okay, in this paragraph, in this div element I have some content, and I want to apply same CSS styles. Okay, same CSS styles. Just use element name. Okay, here, okay, div, so that all CSS properties are applied to the div element. Okay, just use style tag, or use external style sheets also. In external style, just copy this and paste here. Okay, and remove this. Use link href equal to mystyles.css, type equal to text, extension css, and relation attribute style. Okay, so that this div elements element styles is applied here. Okay, so background color and border color, padding, text color, so all these things are applied here. You go to inspect element and see here mystyles.css file, and here 7 is there. Okay, 7 is the line number. Okay, so class name is in 7th line. Okay, this class is started in 7th line. Okay, background color, text color, and height, width, padding, float, so all CSS properties are applied. Okay, so by using element name, without using external files also we can apply. Just put in comment. Okay, in internal style sheets also you can apply. Okay, here see development element selector dot html form and 8th line. Okay, so 8th line the class is started, CSS properties is started. So this is the element selector. And this is the element selector, and id selector is id selector. Use id selector to select elements based on their id, with the specified id. For example, I want to apply different background colors and text color for two paragraphs. Okay, so in this situation we can use id selector or class selector also we can use. But id selector, I have two paragraphs in same HTML document. Two paragraphs is there. Sample paragraph 1, sample paragraph 2. Okay, so I want to apply different CSS styles to these two paragraphs. So for this we can use id selector p1 and p2. Okay, different IDs for these two paragraphs. So now we can use select style tag, and we can write different CSS styles to this both paragraphs. For id selector we have to use hash symbol, and p1 is the id of paragraph, background color red, and text color okay white. And for second paragraph use hash symbol and p2, background color blue, and text color is white. Okay, so like this we can apply different elements, different CSS properties. So an example for this selectors, id selector, so just we can copy here these two paragraphs. Okay, so two paragraphs is there, and I want to apply different CSS styles for these two paragraphs. Okay, background color red for first paragraph and text color white. Second paragraph background color blue and white color text. So run this example. Okay, so different background colors and text color is applied. Okay, if you want to apply different CSS styles for same paragraph, okay, same paragraph, you can use ID selector. Okay, so ID selector use the ID attribute of HTML element, okay, and HTML element to specify specific element. Okay, so use ID of the paragraph and apply CSS properties. Okay, when you are using ID selector, use a symbol and followed by element ID. But in real time, you can use class selector only max. Okay, in most cases, use class selector only because class selector is faster than ID selector. So performance is very good for class selector. So class selector used to use this selector selector to select HTML elements based on HTML elements with the specified class name. Specified class name. For example, HTML document. Create an HTML document. That is class selector. So paragraph with some content, and use write CSS class, use style tag and dot style classes is my paragraph, okay, my p. This is the class name and background color and text color white. Okay, so now apply this class name to this paragraph by using class attribute. Class attribute equal to my p. Okay, so run this example. Paragraph is applied, style is applied by using class selector. Okay, so ID selector and both class selector both are same, but if you want to apply different styles for HTML elements, you can use ID selector or class selector, but class selector is faster than ID selector, so that application performance is very good. So these are the three important selectors to implement any HTML forms or any website. And next concept is,
I have a question, Prasad.
yeah, okay.
Suppose if we define